Hi, my name is Russ, and today we're playing and reviewing a new game called Panicore. In this series, I take new and early access games, play them a respectable amount, and review them. Stick around to find out what I rate it. Panicore by Z-Tech Studios was released May 31st of this year. At the time of this recording, it had only been out for a whole week. Panicore is a survival horror game in the style of cat and mouse. The monsters in the game is an AI designed to chase you down and kill you while you unlock rooms of the map and find items that will assist you in your escape. It's a simple concept: run, hide, sneak by, or die. Each map has two means of escape that you can unlock with the items that you find. I'm going to break this game down into three different categories: atmosphere, mechanics, and replayability. Each category is worth 10 points, though before I begin, I do have to ask a question. Do I enjoy playing this game? The answer is yes, and that's worth 2 bonus points at the end. Atmosphere. We have to start with the lobby before you enter the game. This is a fun and exciting room as you have so many things to interact with while you wait for your party members to ready up. I love the obnoxious energy of the single word songs you can switch through and dance to with the in-game emote feature. I spent about 5 minutes of just looking around the lobby, playing pool, dancing, playing darts, knocking over cans, and changing the music that plays. It's a fun and intriguing workshop that starkly contrasts the eerie and off-putting in-game experience. My first game in, I played solo so I could get the hang of the game and know what I was getting into before I played with others. Each map has their own ambient music that sits in the back of your head while you walk around. Any and all things that come through your microphone is also echoed back at you. This does a great job at making the hallways you walk through hollow and gives you the sense that you are alone and nobody's there to help you. The first map that is unlocked is the school. It's a small indoor map that looks like it's been abandoned for quite a while. This map has a nice blend of ruined paint, poor lighting, vandalized classrooms, and many of those rooms are locked. The creature home to this map is not named, but I'm going to call it the Skinwalker. It's a creepy, crawly, and fleshy adversary lurking and gurgling throughout the school's hallways. My first playthrough of this map, I was hesitant to get anywhere near the creature. Go over there. I started doing some experiments and testing out how to distract it when I got jump scared by a ghost of myself. Go over there. I used my own voice and walked up behind me. This ghost, or what seems like a hallucination, does not harm the player and happens randomly. It's just something to add an extra layer of fear for its first time players. I still ran like hell from it though. After finding the items you need, you can either escape by driving the car away or getting onto the roof of the building by building the rest of the ladder. The second map is the hospital. This is the first medium-sized map in the game. There are two sets of stairs that help you orient yourself. Each staircase able to guide you to the second floor or the roof. The monster on this map is a brute. You can clearly hear its footsteps making their way to you as he chases you down. He can also rip you out of lockers like you were nothing. His menacing red glow blends in with the red emergency lights on the walls, leaving you wondering if you're looking at him or if he's looking at you. Hello?
Okay, I have a fuse. Stop. Okay, I have a fuse and it goes to... Get in.
This level has lockers to hide in, rooms that require more than just a key to open. The extra door features fuses, a switch, and a crowbar, and keypads with required codes. The map design forces you to travel around the map and cross paths with the brute, which has you running for your life more often than not. The ways to escape the hospital is either by repairing the elevator or getting the helicopter on the roof ready to take off.
What is... Whoa. Oh, this is spooky. Ooh. Oh my god.
The third and final map in the game is the asylum. It's what you can imagine from an abandoned 1800s insane asylum. Bars in most doors, padded white rooms, and a cobweb-infested attic. And of course, a screaming banshee. Oh! The asylum is shrouded by a thick layer of fog, making it as difficult as possible to spot the banshee. It does not help that the banshee hardly makes any noise until she has a direct line of sight with you. you listen closely, you can hear a slight pitter-patter of her feet when she is nearby, but that should bring you no comfort because if you think you are hidden, you are wrong. There's no place to hide in the asylum, only places to die. This map gives you a sense that you're going to be there and searching for a long time. It's a large map with many floors to explore and rooms to unlock. To escape the asylum, you either have to find 4 key cards to open the front door, or escape through the elevator by finding a key, turning off a gas valve, and getting onto the roof. For the first time players on each map, you are immersed as you make sense of your surroundings and figure out how to circumvent the creature and ultimately solve the puzzle of the level. It does its job really well, but as time goes on throughout the game, especially if you die and restart, you stop fearing the creature and are able to run around it. This makes the immersion fade pretty quickly, and I could feel it change the longer I played. The last feature of the atmosphere that confuses me the most is the animations you get when you escape. When you leave the school from the roof, the school is in the middle of the desert with nothing else in sight, and you jump from the roof to the ground? I was not expecting that type of environment. The same thing kind of happens when you escape from the asylum. You get up to the roof through the vents, and you're jumping from such a high place, I feel like the character just dies anyways. I give the atmosphere category overall a 7 out of 10.
Respect.
Mechanics. There are a few different ways of navigating a level. The easiest to understand is how to unlock doors. You need keys, crowbars, switches, and 4-digit codes. If a door is locked, it'll tell you exactly what you need. On the school, what confused me the most was the emergency key mechanic. It's a key that is behind a glass box, so that way you can open up the exit doors. Let's see. I found it. I think. I found it. I found it. I found it. You need a hammer to open it, and that seems pretty straightforward, but its spawn was incredibly confusing one round. We thought it was bugged. We're about to give up and just restart the level. We searched for nearly 30 minutes for it, and I ended up finding it last minute in one of the bathrooms. Why would a key ever be in one of those rooms? I don't know. Searching the rooms is easy enough though. Most items are in the cabinets you can open on each level. The mechanic that confused me the most is the cutter. I understand having to cut wires to open certain doors, but this is only used at the school and at the asylum. The school one confused me because I did the cut, but nothing happened. I assumed I needed to put a fuse in the box or something, because the same white text appeared after I made the cut. Only after experimenting around a little bit did I know it unlocked the door next to me. And the asylum had the same feature in the basement for the white padded rooms. But there's literally nothing for me behind each door. There were boxes to open, but nothing was in those boxes. Now, the medical kit was pretty easy to grasp, but it didn't make sense until I played with other players. I did not understand it when I played a solo. Which is weird, that I found something that requires multiplayer on a solo run. The crowbar had the same effect on me. It seemed like an unnecessary step for some of the other mechanics that we had. But the door that needed a switch felt rewarding to build because the switches usually led to a room that would have codes to other doors, or just a lot more items in that room. One of my playthroughs though on the hospital, the monster had actually busted a door down that had the switch. I didn't even have to build it, which was hilarious. I just got everything I needed for free. Each monster was unique in their own right, and the most terrifying was the brute at the hospital. There was no mistaking that he was nearby, and he seemed to know exactly where you were. I had to run away from the brute the most, and if you got stuck in a corner while he's chasing you, it was over. The Skinwalker and the Banshee were easy enough to just run away from, because the maps they were on were pretty easy to loot. Not to mention, there were plenty of bricks on each level you could use to stun the monster. Though the monster's hitbox seemed a little funky at times, a brick would allow you to stun and even run through the monster for a brief period.
Money.
I've stunned it, run!
Off.
No. The exiting strategies for each map are laid out well, and it's easy enough to figure out what you need to escape. It's all laid out at the exits, and even with the creepy radio at the beginning of the level before you explore. The mechanic I never got to understand was the glass you can throw. I assumed it would be to distract the monster, but the few times I threw it, it seemed to do nothing. I give the mechanic section a 6 out of 10. Replayability. The game's core strategy is all the same, but has randomized where all the items are through each run. This gives you a sense of unique playthroughs each time you do it. I played with random teammates and even some friends of mine, and even though I'd beaten the game twice, I still want to do another run. Not to mention the game has achievements to unlock, which ignites a 2009 sense of achievement hunting me like no other. I think it's a fun game and well worth the $5 I spent on it. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 in this category, and for an overall 22 out of 30. You can add an extra 2 points for it being enjoyable, making my score a 24 out of 30 game to play this summer. Well, that's it for me today. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys would rate the game in the comments. Until next time, this is To Be Honest.